What's going on, everyone? It's your guy, Pat Bernard with It's a Wrap Sports. It's the wraparound. It's been a little while since I got things rock and rolling here on this great network. I'm hoping that you guys can stay up late with me for all you night owls out there. Um, a lot to get into. A lot to get into. I'm not going to get into the Eagles conversation as much because, let's keep it a bean here. Me, Mike, Al, PM, and AM, we're going to be breaking down a lot of Eagles conversation. But I do have a concern of mine. And I'm going to get right to it. I'm going to get right to what's going on. Look, this Phillies win was great tonight. I'm happy. I watched the Al's post game show. Did a great job on the finals tonight. But I still can't come to terms. First of all, this is a bad Minnesota Twins team. Let's not get it. And look, Aronola, I'm not going to poo-poo him. He now falls into the category of the second best, one of the second best pitcher in Phillies history as far as recording Ks, right? 1,872 strikeouts. Like, that's impressive. What's up, Adam? What's up, buddy? Good to see you too, my man. Happy Friday. But where I was going with this, it's like, again, credit Aaron Nola. Credit for the work he put in today. 9 Ks, like I said, falls into the category of the second most strikeouts in a Phillies uniform. And he deserves it. He's a good pitcher. He deserves all the accolades tonight. One of his better pitching games. Again, even though the velocity's a little bit down, he's now throwing his fastballs reaching like a high 93. Curveball was really good tonight. He got a lot of batters chasing. Sinkers were decent. But my only problem though, and he gave up one home run. That's it. He gave up one homer. Like I said, Nola for the night, Aaron Nola for the night, 9 Ks, 2 hits. Not a bad at all. But however, like I said, let's keep it a bean here. This is a Minnesota Twins team that's checked out. And you're not going to play against the bottom feeders. You're not. This is to me is all make believe. I'm not getting all excited. This is Phillies are locked. Minnesota's not. I think the Phillies are going to be a one and done, and people are going to look at me to be a Debbie Downer or whatever. And I'm okay with it. You tell me where you feel confident enough in this pitching staff in the postseason. Where? Can you really rely on Aaron Nola performance like this again? Can you rely on Jesus Luzardo? Kyle Schwarber? Yeah. Christopher Sanchez? Yes. I'll give you Christopher Sanchez. Ranger Suarez, he got waffled on Sunday. So again, where do you feel confident in this Phillies team? Where? Because I don't. I wish I could be like everybody else, and I don't know. I don't get it. I'm trying to get there. But to me, this ride is going to come to an end at some point in the postseason. Whether they, look, they're going to get the bye. Great. I'm all happy for them. But what does it mean? What does the bye mean, really? Really, what does the bye mean? It means nothing. I mean, this Phillies team is in a lot of trouble. That's how I feel. And look at tonight. Look at tonight. Look at the bats. Right, Almono Sosa right now is your hottest batter. Right now, Almono Sosa is your hottest batter. Yes. Kyle Schwarber 1 for 4, 3 strikeouts tonight. Brandon Marsh 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. This Phillies team faced 12 strikeouts tonight and had 8 hits. And this is, again, great for the win. And I get it. Aaron Nola bailed them out tonight. Aaron Nola bailed the Phillies out tonight. And I'm not taking anything from Emmanuel Sosa. He's been sensational coming off the bench. And, coming from the injury bug that he's dealt with, he's looked sensational. But again, like I said, I don't know. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm trying to get excited. Again, I listened to Al doing the finals. He's excited, and I love him. He's excited for the bullpen's kind of solidified. I don't know about that. Durant, Durant is decent. He's got an incredible fastball, over 100 miles an hour. Great. But what else? And you can't go to Kickering. Topper won't even let Walker into the bullpen. He'll just have him eat peanuts. So, what are we doing here? Because postseason time, this is where pitching is most needed. It's most warranted. We need pitching here. And I don't feel confident other than a few guys. Sanchez, Bueller looked decent, but time's going to tell real fast with him. And Durant. That's about the only people that I feel confident with the Phillies. And again, I know this offense, they can compete with anybody. I know this, we've seen it. This offense can snap out, put up some big runs. And again, I'm listening to Al. Al's excited. Listen, it doesn't matter whether the Mets make it or not. I think the Phillies' biggest problem is the mirror. It's the pitching. And depending, right now, Harrison Bader, your leadoff man, he's cold. And yeah, granted, can he turn around? Absolutely. But your most consistent player right now, currently, is the plug and play guy off the bench. And I can't really say that. Alec Bowen's been playing better baseball. But still, you're going to need your star player, and I know he's just, he's just getting over being sick. That's fine, but you're going to need Bryce Harper to step up here. You're going to need Bryce Harper to step up and come through. He's going to have to be the X factor. And for the pitching, it's going to be Noah. Noah's got to be the X factor. But again, his velocity is at 93. And I don't trust Luzardo. I don't believe in Ranger. And I know one of the guys are going to have to go to the bullpen. Someone's going to have to go to the bullpen. Somebody. And it's scaring me. Again, great win tonight. I'm not trying to knock everyone's Friday night with the Phillies. Phillies deserve, all the accolade. Aaron Nola again. Now the second most striked out pitcher in the Phillies franchise. 1,872 strikeouts for Aaron Nola. That's great. That's all fine and dandy. But again, he's having a nice night. against an inferior opponent like the Minnesota Twins. Like, the Twins are not scaring anybody. You know, they're checked out. You know, and again, and Al brought up a good point. The NL is really wide open. He did raise a good point there. The NL's, I mean, the Brew Crew, it could be tough. Does it look like they could be beatable? The Dodgers, I told you guys, I don't believe in the Dodgers. They can look good, but for some reason they don't match well against this Philly squad. The Cubbies, I'm not scared of the Cubbies either. Cubbies don't scare me. Again, I think the biggest pet peeve, the biggest challenge for the Phillies is going to be the pitching staff. Because if the pitching staff puts this team in a hole, we got issues here. We got issues if this Phillies team gets put in a hole. And you've seen it. And I won't expect Tyler Walker to be in that lineup. But if Nola puts you in a hole, if Luzardo puts you in a hole, you can't afford to be in a hole against the Brew Crew or any of these teams. How about those Mets? Who cares about those Mets? Call on TikTok. What's up, buddy? How are you? Thanks for chiming in. Let's get some of the comments here. We got some comments coming on TikTok. We got some on YouTube, Facebook. I appreciate everyone hanging out with me on a Friday night. "95 wins from Star Wars." Yes. 95 wins. Go Phillies from Ricky. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, listen, you can be Cole saying no look like 2018 Nola, but it's never consistent. Yeah, that's what I'm getting to, Cole. Like I love Aaron Nola. I've been an Aaron Nola guy my whole entire life. I know I'm on that mountain. But you're right. It's not consistent. Tonight they're playing against a team that's been checked out, right? You're playing against a Minnesota team that has nothing to play for. Nola, again, 9 strikeouts, great. But do I see him doing that to a Brew Crew team? No. Do I see him doing that to the Dodgers? Probably not. So yeah, you're right there, Cole. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Let's get to the YouTube world. My man Adam says, Bruce lost down 1 game now. Okay. So we're 1 game behind them. Okay, great. So we're 1 game behind the Brew Crew, but it doesn't matter. Like, the buy is not going to, because we've seen it with the Phillies team in 22. The team with a little bit who's been riding comes in with that hunger, and I'm hoping the Phillies don't get, let's give it a bean. Show some fatigue. This team needs to play every day. Every day. Star Wars also checking in. He goes, Rob knee management better in postseason. Yeah. And listen, he will. And there's going to be a lot of questions about Rob Thompson for postseason time. Because regardless, if this team flunks in the first round, divisional round, I'm questioning whether he'll have his job or not. And I think Rob Thompson, regardless, should keep the job. This is his 4th straight run with this team into the postseason. 4th straight time. I think he's done a great job. Cole's checking in again from TikTok. He goes, I think Luzardo will give us the big game. I think he has it. I don't know about that. I mean, We'll see come postseason time, but I don't see it. Again, I've seen this guy struggle a whole lot. He goes, I just don't like Turner's first game being back in a playoff game. Yeah, hey, listen, desperate times call for desperate measures, but you're going to need that. And you're going to need, listen, let's not, his hitting has been consistent all year. I think once he gets into the playoffs, once he gets into the postseason, he'll be just fine. He's going to take, he'll be right back where he was at. There's not going to be no glitches. So again, I don't know how you guys feel about this, Phillies team. I mean, like I said, I was listening to Al Safiri does a great job here on the It's a Wrap Sports Network. He does a great job, and he's excited. He's not counting this team out until they're out. And me on the other foot, I think this team's out. Cole saying it reminds me of the 23 team. Yeah, I can see that. I can see this being a 23 team. Again, really good regular season so far, but I don't see it. I don't get it. I don't get I don't get it. It's not going to help me out here. And then you got L checking in. He goes, CD, Karma, Bucky for A.J. Brown. Man, you're looking at trades already? Someone have good. No, I'm sorry there, L. I would keep my whole team. Jacoby Myers for Quentin James or Quentin Williams in for flex. You go to Quentin Myers, Cameron Williams in for flex. But, yeah, let's keep it to the Phillies there. He also Cole says, got to get over the hump for the NLCS. I think we will get if we can get there, it will be I'm the only one that's the only thing I'm worried about. What's the Brewers? Yeah, listen, the Brewers average like four hits a game. They average 4 hits a game, Cole. They're tough. They're going to be tough out, and I'm kind of overlooking them. But this Phillies team did beat them out there. It wasn't the prettiest of wins, but listen, we beat them. So you got to take the good with the bad. So, but like I said, I think the biggest challenge is going to be the pitching staff. If the pitching staff can maintain majority of the game, and the bats could do just enough, I think we'll be in good hands. I think we'll be in good hands, Sir Cole. Star Wars says World Series. You think we're going to make it to the World Series there, Star Wars? I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it at all, Star Wars. I'm sorry. I think they're going to be a one and done. But back home, it was the game Lazard gave up 12 runs to them when we got swept out. Yeah, so again, you bring a good point, Cole. It can be the Brewers that could be an issue. It's going to be because, like I said, that team averages like 4 runs a game. Like, that's a high-powered offense. And if you can stick it out with them. Now, granted, I've been watching what's going on in the AL, right? We're watching this Seattle Mariners team, 7-game winning streak, right? It's kind of caught my eye a little bit. They're playing better. They're playing good baseball. And by the way, for everyone on my social media feeds here, hit the likes. If you're on TikTok, give it a like, share it out. Same thing with you guys here on the YouTube and Facebook. If you like it, hit the like, share it out, tell your friends about It's a Wrap Sports. That's where you can find me and my other co-hosts. And we don't just cover Philly, we cover Pittsburgh too. So yes, the entire Pennsylvania, we cover Pennsylvania sports. Cole's also checking in, goes in the AL. We swept out Seattle. I'm not worried about them whatsoever. Wow. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, you're right. We can handle Seattle, but Still, the way they've been playing baseball as of late, uh, eyebrow raising for sure, Cole. Eyebrow raising. They've been playing better baseball. So again, um, do I feel confident enough? Like I said, I want to be there. I should have been feeling good about tonight. I should be feeling great about tonight. I should be excited for Aaron Nola. I should be excited for Ramon Sosa continuing, hitting the long ball. But I just see the collision course with this team, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being a Debbie Downer and a loser, like I normally am. Rio went from one to he went 1 for 2. Oh, right, 1 for 2 in the series against us. Right, Rio. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He went 1 for 12. I'm not worried, but again, just be mindful. Times have changed, and that team's playing good baseball. They're hungry. They look to seem to be hungry. Seattle Mariners. They're playing decent baseball right now, but we just gotta worry game by game who we're gonna get, who's gonna follow us, etc., etc. But it should be a lot of fun. It should be a lot of fun moving forward with this team and what they can do. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just, like I said, being your typical Debbie Downer. I'm thinking, this team's just cooked, and maybe they're not. Maybe, like I said, I'm not worried about the offense. The offense, to me, can get the job done. We see this team break out the bats when called upon. When this team starts hitting, it's like a snowball effect. And listen, it's not going to take long for Kevin Long to figure out why we're averaging right now like 2 runs a game, 3 runs a game. He's going to figure that out. He's a good hitting coach. I will give him that. But it's Harrison Bader needs to start getting cooking. He needs to start cooking this weekend before we get into this break. I need to start to see Harrison Bader, the playmaker, start cooking. So, again, a lot going on. A lot going on with this Phillies team. Again, a lot of pitching. Like I said, that's what concerns me is can the pitching be sustainable enough through the postseason? And I'm excited for Aaron Nola, what he's done tonight. 1,872 strikeouts, putting him on the second all-time leading strikeout category. And he deserves that. He deserves all the accolades. And Elmona Sosa drilling a home run deep to left. Continue to play hot baseball. But I just see this coming to a collision course because I don't think the pitching staff is going to be able to do their job come playoff time. Because if you fall in a hole against any of those teams, you are done. Done. And it concerns me a lot. But yes, this is the wraparound on It's a Wrap Sports with your host, Pat Bernard. Get to hang out with all you night owls on a Friday night. So if you're not going to the movies, if you're just kind of chilling on your couch, don't know what to do, whether you want to play PlayStation, Xbox, I'm here for you. I'm here for pretty much the entire hour. My man Ryan checking in from Facebook. What's up, dog? He says, just got home from the game. Nice. How'd you like it? I hope you probably had a good time, enjoyed yourself, I would imagine. Good time, good win there, Ryan. But you got to see Aaron Nola do his thing, work his magic. 9 strikeouts, only allowed 2 hits. Good for him, and good for you, Ryan. I hope you had a good time. So that's that, right? And like I said, kind of like keeping an eye on things, right? You're kind of keeping an eye whether the Mets make the postseason or not. If you still worry about the Mets, Cincinnati might sneak in there. There's a lot that's going on right now. The interesting time of baseball, and I love this time around, especially October. Like if you're a sports fan, how do you not love this time around? Like this is Christmas for all sports fans. You're in the midst of a football season. You're getting to find out who's a contender, who's a pretender. You get NBA seasons about to start, hockey about to start, playoff baseball, playoff soccer coming up. I mean, I love it. I love it. This is Christmas to me. I mean, there should be no reason the remote leaves your hand in October. If you're a 4 for 4, 5 for 5, if you're like me, I love that kind of stuff. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's a great time. Great time to be a sports fan. You know, there's just so much going on. A lot of sports, going on and all that stuff. Real fast though, I kind of want to remind you before I go any further. I want to get in some of these great comments here, and not just the comments. I want to go tell you guys what's going on here with It's a Wrap Sports, because we are adding more and more content to our page here. Yes, there are plenty to go around. Let's start with, like I said, plenty to go around. Plenty, a lot of love tomorrow. That's right. You'll get my man, Mike Lauro, my broadcast partner, the Happy Valley Huddle, Penn State Nittany Lions post-game show for football. Guys, if you want to talk some Nittany Lions football, this is the man you want to respond to. He's the biggest James Franklin fan I know of. And then after that, we got Sundays. We get you freshly started. Your Sundays will never, ever be the same again. PM in the AM with me and Mike and Al. Al produces the show as per usual, and your Sundays will never be the same. All right, and of course, Sunday mornings, this early Sunday morning, we have the Steel City Sundays with our guys, JP, John Phillips, our guy Will Atkins, the whole entire crew, talking, get you prepared, pre and post game Steelers content. So we know there's a lot of Steelers fans in the area of Philadelphia. And if you want to go watch these guys, these guys are really good. They do a heck of a job, and so forth. I highly recommend them checking out their stuff as usual. And then, of course, guys, you can't get enough Pittsburgh action. Well, check this out. Wednesdays, 8 o'clock, the Pittsburgh Sports Desk. Like I mentioned to you earlier, we cover all Pennsylvania sports. These guys, Will, Tracy, Ed, they do a great job. They fight with each other. They do a great job talking Pittsburgh sports. And, of course, Gridiron Weekly, Thursdays at 8 o'clock with Will, Ed. They just don't talk Pittsburgh football. They talk all NFL and go around the league. They do a heck of a job there. What else we got to break down into? There's plenty more content yet to come. And, of course, tomorrow, Phillies post-game shows, the fight finals, you got me. Then you got Matty B on Sunday, the mayor, Mayfair. So, guys, check him out. And, of course, for all you gambling fans out there, hosted by Mike Lauer, he's like Bugs Bunny. Again, pops, lots, and parlays, talking gambling. If you're a big gambling head, he tells you who to bet. I couldn't tell you who to bet and all that stuff. I'm like the worst of worst as far as gambling. Of course, one more, and we got to talk about the man himself. That's the man himself right there, the Godfather, Matty B. Thursdays, Sunday to Thursday, 10 o'clock for all you night owls. Want to hang out with him talking Philadelphia sports? That's your guy. So, guys, and we're gonna have more content coming to the page. Sixers post game shows, Flyers post game shows, and such. But all right, speaking of the Philadelphia Flyers, speaking of the 76ers, speaking of Philadelphia Wings, yes, again, this is your first time checking me out. I am a Philadelphia Wings beat reporter. So, yes, I have to get into a lot of things here. And here goes the thing. I've been walking around Philly, obviously, and again, I just mentioned about October and how great it is, but the first time in a while, and it just seems like there's no excitement for the 76ers. I mean, we're getting excited for the 76ers because they're going back to the late 90s, early 2000s Sixers jersey when Iverson was around. What do you freaking do? Like, that doesn't do anything for me. Iverson's not walking through that door. A 22-year-old Allen Iverson is not walking through the 76ers door. We have unfortunately, we have the tail end of Joel Embiid. We have the tail end of Paul George. We have team again, surrounded with injury bugs. And poor Nick Nurse does not, again, this is now the third coach is trying to solve this riddle. We've had Brett Brown trying to solve it. He has to come up with plan B because he doesn't know when Joel Embiid's going to be in the lineup. You had Doc Rivers trying to figure this out. Now you have Nick Nurse. And they can't seem to figure this out. What to do with this guy. Sorry about that. They don't know what to do with him. And it bothers me. Because this is, again, we're getting excited over Media Day because the 76ers are going back to their old throwback jerseys. Like, who cares? Who cares? That's not a 22 Allen Iverson coming through the 76ers locker room anymore. And then, granted, I'm not trying to take anything away from the Tyrese Maxeys of the world. But I know Tyrese Maxey's limits. He needs a supporting cast around him for him to excel. Jared McCain. Again, I'm not going to take anything from Jared McCain. He got injured towards ACL. We should have a fresh Jared McCain. Quentin Grimes still holding out until he gets paid. And he needs to get paid. And I think they're going to work out a deal. I think he's going to wind up getting paid. But, I mean, again, where should I get excited? All right, I'm going to check out VJ Edgecombe. I'm going to check him out. I got to see what kind of game he's going to bring. Janai Brome. I'm going to see what kind of game he's bringing too. But you listen to the experts, and you can only take it what the experts say. I mean, some of these guys didn't even look at Brome. So I'm trying to get myself excited for the 76ers, and I find myself not excited for them. Again, they made minor tweaks. Trent Woodford going to be, from the Nets over here. Again, minor tweaks. It's pretty much the same team. It's the same 76ers team. And maybe I see something from Justin Walker or Justin Edwards and some of the other guys. But this team needs to get younger. You need to get rid of Joel Embiid. And again, what's the backcourt going to look like? What's the backcourt? Is that sustainable? No. This is still a big man's league. Like I am. Like I'm trying to get excited for the 76ers. I really am. But I can't. I can't get juicy for the 76ers. And I mean this. I mean, are they bringing back these jerseys to try to get you into the building of a T-Mobile arena now? Is this their like? Is this just hell? Is this their draw to get you to come back? I don't get it. Like I don't care less about what the jersey looks. I want the player. I want I want what's best for the 76ers organization. What's best? What is best for the 76ers organization? Like I don't even know if they really truly have a direction for the 76ers. Eric Gordon, these are old role players. Old role players who don't have it anymore. Quentin Grimes, I thought, did A-OK. I thought he did A-OK. I thought that was one of the better moves that Daryl Morey made. But this team just doesn't have it. And I'm listening to Daryl Morey's press conference, right? Daryl Morey talks about how he's going to he wants to be in the conversations with the Eagles and Phillies, and he doesn't want to be a doormat of the NBA. It's going to happen. And if I have to hear one more time that Joel Embiid's in great shape, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to go nuts. If I have to hear Joel Embiid cut the fatties, this is the same broken record. Same broken record. I'm tired of hearing about Joel Embiid being back in shape. And like I said, look at what the 76ers front office is trying to do. They're trying to sell you the old jerseys of the early 2000s and late 90s to try and get you back into the building, because the 76ers know that even their fans are checked out. Thanks, Joey Woods, for the like. Appreciate it. The fans are checked out. Like that's their sell, is to bring you the old jerseys. Like that's not going to be a 23, 24 Allen Iverson walking through the door anymore. Everyone came down to see Iverson play ball. They could care less if it was the what jersey it was. And now again, what do we have? What do we really have with the 76ers team? What's the hope? What's the end game? And this whole ride, well, I won't say the whole ride, but the last 2-3 years, this has been a waste of time with Joel Embiid, and you paid him big money to keep him here. And I was a Joel Embiid guy, and I another one. I will die on the Joel Embiid hill. Yes, my man Joey Wood saying East is injured. Sixers could be sneaky good. I don't where I want to be with you, Joe, but I don't see it again. Cleveland, Indiana, the Knicks, young. Those teams are young, and who won the NBA championship last year? A no-name OKC team with no big names on them. Oh, he says Pacers are out. Again, but you see how what the league's going. They're going by the young, and we're riding with these Eric Gordons and Paul Georges and Joel Embiid's, and it's over. That ride is over. The era of Joel Embiid is over. This is look. He got his MVPs. He should have been multiple MVPs. I think my over the Joker, but that's my opinion. But to win a championship, that dream's behind him now. The dream is behind him to win a championship. He can't look at last year. Joel Embiid could not stay. Oh, Halliburton's out all season. Yeah, well, listen, I Halliburton was a decent playmaker, but I think they got enough to be a sustainable contender. And Halliburton's a decent player, but again, Halliburton is a perfect example. Young, upcoming name. Sixers don't have that. They don't. I mean, I want to believe everyone. So it's the Cavs and Knicks again. The Knicks, aka the Villanova North, Cavs again, bunch of young cats, and I want to believe in Tyrese Maxey, but I know Tyrese Maxey's limits. Takes it to the hole, occasional pullback jumper from the three, that's great. But when he gets locked down with defenders, when they don't have to worry about Joel Embiid on the floor and they got to just focus on him, what's plan B? What's plan B? Who's he kicking the rock out to? And what's the backcourt going to look like? Who's going to be defending? My guy, Vinny. What's up, my man? Vinny. So, again, I'm trying to get excited I'm trying to get excited for the Sixers. I'm trying to get excited for the Flyers. I'm trying to get excited for the Wings. And I don't see it. I'm trying to. The Flyers are another one, another broken record. This is going to be the make it or break it season with Sam Harrison. And first of all, hold on. Since we're talking about goaltenders, kudos to the GOAT, Bernie Perrant. Met him a few times on occasions. Great guy, really nice. Loved him. Very open hand guy. Very would put his arm around you if he could. Really nice guy. Kudos to Bernie. But again, if we talk about this Flyers current team, okay, other than Mitchkov, what else catches your eyes? We wasted a decade of Travis Konechny. A decade of this guy. We know what Travis Konechny can do. He can shoot the puck. He's fast, but we wasted a decade on Travis Konechny. Not doing anything, but we're rebuilding. Real fast, my man Joey Wood says Maxey, McCain, Edgecombe, Grimes. Yeah, that Joey, going back to that comment, our young good talent to build around. That may catch my eye. What you just said there in your comment. If you could get that young core rocking and rolling. But again, what's the backcourt? Janai Broom? Bona? Who's they're not scaring no one down low. They're not scaring nobody down low. My man Vinny says McCain gets hurt again. See, I hope that's not going to be it for him. I hope he's not constantly going to get hurt. And then my man Vinny also says, see what Tocchet does. And that's another thing, too. I'm not a believer in Tocchet. All these, 700 level Flyer fans, they my idiot broadcast partner, and I could call him that because I'm his buddy, Mike Laro, he thinks bringing in Tocchet's a great move. If you look at Tocchet's record, he's only been in the playoffs 3 times as a head coach. It's not pushing the needle at all. My needle's not up in the air. Again, I wanted Mike Sullivan so bad to come to the Flyers. I would open up the checkbook, ask him how many zeros does he want, and I want the sign. Got a younger player from the Ducks, Travis Vargas. Travis Vargas is a decent, okay player, but again, with no goaltender, the most important position in hockey, he's going to be struggling. Let's keep it a bean. You don't have a decent goaltender. I don't care how many goals you make, you're going to have problems there. Rip Tandem and Thumbo, great. Thanks, Vinny. They're done. I believe in Tocchet. Joey also says, that's one of us. That's one of us. I wish I could be there with you and to be a believer and talk it, but I can't. I can't. I want to be there, but again, I don't see it. I don't see what he can do to make Sam Harrison a better goaltender. There's no more Scotty Bowman's around, right? Vinny, I don't know. I mean, like I said, it stinks because again, fall's around the corner. October, I'm usually hot, excited for Flyers, excited for Sixers. And if you guys do know me, again, I am a beat reporter for the Philadelphia Wings. But again, I don't believe in the Wings either. And I could talk lacrosse with you. Paul Day. Now, Deacon Knock being the goaltender for the Wings catches my eye. But again, they don't have playmakers. It's the same guys. Mitch Jones, Joe Russell Terrence. It doesn't push me enough. Again, I cover this team for three straight years. I've seen the same outcome. They need playmakers. They don't have it. Joe says, I don't think Sam is starring goalie on a winning team. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not going to go to Florida no time soon and get a winning job there. And it's crazy because Anthony Stolarz goes to Toronto. Like all of these ex-Flyer goaltenders are seeming to make their ways elsewhere, and not to Carhart. I think got a little taste of that note because he doesn't want to be here. He does not want to be here. He does not want to come. He wants to go get a fresh start. That's what he says. He wants a fresh start. Vinny also says the only thing left around is me being a realistic facts. Yes, that's why I like you being a part of the program there, Vince. I love your takes. Let's go to YouTube and talk with our man Stan. Stanley, what's up, buddy? Stanley goes, maybe we should have gotten Tocchet sooner. We have two good goaltenders in the minors and for Phantoms. Stanley, I hope you're right. Again, I hope you're right that we do have, but how many times we've heard that story? We have decent, goaltenders in the farm system, goaltender. Or maybe it's just the Flyers way, it's just screwing it up. Like I said, I wasted, not me, but Travis Konecny has wasted 10 years of his life, a decade. And he's got nothing really to show for it here. Nothing. If he wants to host the Cup, he's going to have to go elsewhere. Again, Sam Harrison is the make or break for me. And I don't want to hear the excuse, we're rebuilding. I hate it's the same broken record every year. We're rebuilding. How many years ago? You keep on using that one. We've been rebuilding since Lindros. Yeah. Yeah, Joe. I remember that. Remember when we traded Bob for a second? Yeah, look how that panned out. My man's only getting Stanley Cup after Stanley Cup after Stanley Cup back to back, and here we are, twiddling our thumbs. Trout is overhyped. If I'm being honest, he seems like a player who could with putting up a point on a bed. Nah. Travis has got skills. Again, 76 points last year. He's a decent player. We would be a great wing supporter, a great winger. If you put him now on just hypothetical, if you put him up there in Ottawa, or not Ottawa, excuse me. Ottawa's actually a coming up team. Up there in Edmonton, that's a lookout team. That's a must-watch team. Yeah, he just needs a supporting cast. And we're getting another year of Sean Couturier. Like, come on, man. What does another year of Sean Couturier do for you? Well, like, he might as well put himself in a Greek costume. I mean, he sucks up that much more ice. It's him with the Zamboni. My man Steve Funettes. What's up, dog? He says, happy Friday, bro. Same to you. That's my broadcast partner. for the attacking third. Will the Flyers sign Connor in the offseason? Yeah, right. I mean, listen, it's actually a good poll, Joe, because if the Flyers can show that they're worth anything, then yeah, they actually have a real shot to sign a name like that. And they're going to get a lot of cap space next year. They're getting a lot more money off the books. Matter of fact, if they sign Connor McDavid, I'll give myself a wet T-shirt contest for that. And that's really, really weird. I just said that. But anyway, you understand the good time. So, again, the Philadelphia Flyers have a lot of work to do. Again, I don't look at the defense. Get El's contract off the books, please. Yes, I agree with that. Look at the defense again. Look at it. Flyers. You're going to have another year of Rustalainen. You're going to have Zamula, Cam York. I mean, those guys couldn't stop a beach ball from running between the nets. You know what I mean? That's a horrible, horrible defensive core. They look lost at times. They don't know who to guard. Simple, fundamental hockey, and this team doesn't have it. This team stinks. I'm going to be quite honest with you. The team stinks. Yes, he did. Did Gostisbehere have a good year last year? Yes, he did. He was with the Hurricanes. He went back to the Hurricanes. Hurricanes had a good year, but the Hurricanes always fall apart around championship time, the Eastern Conference Championship. But yes, he did have a decent year. Again, you leave Philadelphia. Apparently, if you leave the Flyers jersey, you also go out, go somewhere else. It's like this team is cursed. The team is cursed. I don't know. I don't know what you want to call it anymore. I mean, I'm just being as real with you. This team is a travesty. But like I said, and again, I'm walking around again. I'm walking around trying to have like conversations. I'm a big talker. People tell me all the time I'm a big talker. I don't know when to shut up, and just having the general conversations, and there's like no excitement for Sixers basketball, Flyers hockey, and this is October that's around the corner. Because at some point, especially come around February, March, this is what we're going to be left with. This is what we're going to be left with. We're going to be left with Flyers hockey, Sixers basketball, and I'm hoping by then there's some kind of competitive season between either one. Heck, if you're a lacrosse fan like me, third one. I'm hoping there's some kind of competitive nature from one of the teams from the Xfinity Mobile arena. I just want to see competitiveness. I don't want to see a bottom feeder from either war. And I'm trying to be optimistic, but I got to be real with myself. I got to be real. And I just don't see it. And I'm trying to be there. I'm trying to get excited. And I can understand people not wanting to talk Sixers. And again, for the third, fourth straight year now, it's been nothing but if you power rank the teams, it's Eagles, Phillies, and Union. Yes, Union, soccer. See, Lisa Union, again, look at the story of the Philadelphia Union right now. Brand new head coach takes over for the coach who's been coaching the squad for 14 years. And the Philadelphia Union are leading the league in points and all that other stuff. It's crazy. And they made one position move. One position. And that was like switching out head coaches. But again, you got to talk about them. But there's no excitement anywhere. You could go, like I said, I go to the grocery store. No one's talking, and it's a shame because it hurts. I want to see people having conversations, but I mean, I can't blame them. The Flyers haven't been relevant since for what 15 years. For 15 years, think about that. That was their last cup run. Last cup run. But anyway, guys, I want to say thank you so much. I'm getting ready to get out of here. It's going to wrap up this Friday night. Friday night edition of the It's a Wrap Sport, the Wraparound. And I'm glad to be back. Glad to talk to all to the listeners. Yes, I know there's been a lot who's been hitting me up. When are you coming back? When are you coming back? Well, I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. And this has been a quite some time, but I'm back. I'm back here to talk, and for good. But again, I definitely appreciate for all the fans who've reached out to me, who's called, Wayne getting back, like my man Joe Hale, Steve, all of everybody. I'm here. So, all right, guys, I don't want to keep on rambling on. I'm pretty sure guys are tired, relaxing, whatever you're doing. Uh, Again, tomorrow on the slate, me in the finals, Mike Laro with the Penn State post-game show. Catch us. We're always busy here on this beautiful network. Everyone, ever see you later, guys. Have a good night.